Welcome back to Linux Commands. The first 50. We're on lesson 19, and today we're solving a mystery. Meet Sarah. She types Python and her script crashes because 3 different Pythons live on her machine, 2.7, 3.11, and a project-specific 3.15, and Linux only runs one of them. The question is, which one? That's exactly what the which command is built to answer. So here's what's actually happening under the hood. When you type a command, Linux walks through a list of folders called your path. Think of them as a line of shelves. It checks shelf 1, then shelf 2, and so on. And the very first match it finds is what runs, which does that exact same walk, but instead of executing anything, it just tells you, here's the file I would have run. Safe, read-only, and incredibly useful when something's behaving weirdly. So let's actually try it. The syntax couldn't be simpler. Just type which followed by the command name you're curious about. Ask about Python and it tells you usr bin Python. Ask about ls, same deal, usr bin lus. And if you ask about something that doesn't exist, silence. That empty response is actually meaningful. It means the command isn't anywhere on your path shelves. One argument in, one path out, or nothing at all. But here's where it gets interesting. That one path, which gives you, it's just the winner. Remember Sarah with her 3 Pythons? A plain which Python would only show her usr local bin Python and hide the rest. Add the A flag though, and suddenly all 3 reveal themselves, listed in path order. The first one still wins when you type the command, but now you can see every contender on the shelf. So when does this actually matter in real life? 3 situations, and you'll recognize them when they hit. First, your script breaks because which Python reveals Python 2 is winning instead of 3. Second, you want to uninstall something, but where does it even live? Which hands you the exact path. And third, you wrote a custom script in bin. Does it actually override the system version? One quick which, and you know for sure. Let's watch Sarah hit exactly that first scenario. Her deploy script throws a syntax error on perfectly valid Python 3 code. Baffling, right? She runs which Python, gets usr bin Python, then checks the version and, aha, it's Python 2.7. One more call, which a Python 3, reveals both interpreters are installed. The fix is tiny. Change the shebang to we see usr bin nnv Python 3. Mystery solved in about 30 seconds just by asking which executable actually runs. Now, before you fall in love with which, you need to know its blind spot. It only searches path directories, meaning real files on disk. So if you type which cd, you get silence. Not because cd is broken, but because it's baked right into the shell itself. Same story with aliases like all from your bashirk. Invisible to which. The fix? Reach for type instead. It sees everything. Aliases, built-ins, and files. Pros keep both in their toolkit, which for path lookups, type for the full picture. So let's put which to work alongside 3 partners that turn it into a real diagnostic toolkit. First combo, pipe it into ls something like lsl8, which Python, and you instantly see permissions, size, and dates on the actual binary. Second, when which comes up empty, fall back to type for aliases and built-ins. And third, echo path reveals the shelves themselves. Pure gold when a command mysteriously isn't found. Now it's your turn. 3 tiny exercises, about 2 minutes total. Start by running which bash to see where your own shell lives. Then try which a Python to find every Python on your system. And remember, the first one in that list is the one that actually wins. Finally, run which all, then type l. You'll see which go quiet on aliases, while type reveals the whole story. And that's lesson 19 in the books, path debugging solved. You've now got find, locate, grep, and which working together as a complete search toolkit. One more command stands between you and the stage 4 finale, man, the built-in manual that lives right inside your terminal. No more guessing what a flag does, just man grep and the full documentation is yours. See you in lesson 20.